Greetings Internet, DDA here, and welcome to week 8 of my Card of the Week segment. Last week was Freestyle, blinding energy moves, so if you didn't get a chance to see that video, please click on the link. This week, we're starting it back up again, a new rotation of my Card of the Week segment, so we're going to start with Black Style. And this week, for week 8, I chose Black Reflection, and this card has an effect. Banish after use. Power. Search your opponent's banish zone for an attack, and play it. So this is an event card, it's just a card type, but in a general sense it talks about a subset of cards that aren't attacks, that are just effects that you're going to be playing from your hand. They're going to be effects that help you out in combat, either offensively or defensively, or some combination of both. This being a fighting game, those are the main two things you care about. How you're going to be an aggressor in combat, and how you're going to defend when your opponent attacks you. So when I thought of the first thing that I'm going to be judging events on, I thought of offense, or offensive potential. This is an event card that really wants to be an attack. It really is trying to be an attack. You search your opponent's banish zone and actually play an attack. So it's just like you playing the attack from your hand. You have to pay all associated costs and do any requirements that it would take for you to play that card. Because of that, innately, the offensive ability of this attack is going to be really high. You can almost consider this as an attack when building your deck. So when we talk about offensive capability of this event card, it's going to be high just because you're going to be able to look through your opponent's banish zone and choose his best attack that he has removed and play that one. The only real limitation of this card is going to be what your opponent actually has removed is what you're limited to. Early on in the game, there are not going to be that many cards in his banish zone. You haven't really had a chance to use your mastery that many times in combat, as well as he hasn't had a chance to play the cards that are really powerful that are going to be removing themselves from the game. Drawing this card into your hand early in the game is going to be a disadvantage. However, its power and its offensive potential is going to increase greatly over time into the mid and late portions of the game. Simply put, if you want to lay the smackdown and put some real hurt on your opponent, you're going to be able to do that with this card. Suddenly, the cards that he plays in his deck are being used against him in the worst way. For that reason, I'm going to give this card a 4 out of 5 for offense. This event card's offensive capability is through the roof. It's basically an attack card. You're playing the attack from your hand. However, like I said earlier, it is going to be limited if you draw it in the early stages of the game. The second thing that I'm going to be judging events on, as a counter to offense, or its offensive capability, is its defense, or its ability to reduce damage that's coming into you. You're playing these event cards to help you in combat, and a lot of them are going to help you in both offense and defense in various ways. This card plays an attack card from your opponent's banish zone. So obviously it's going to help you with offense since it's an attack. But as you know, many attacks have great hit and immediate effects that actually have defensive capabilities as well. There are many attacks in this game that help you out defensively, or serve as counters to things that your opponent is doing in combat. My card of the week last week being Blinding Energy Move, I'm sure you all know exactly how to use that card the best way. With Black Reflection, you can do the same things you can do with Blinding Energy Move. If your opponent has Blinding Energy Move in his banish zone, holding this card into your hand can serve as the ultimate defense in combat. Not liking what your opponent is setting up on the field? Orange Stare Down, Blue Betrayal, Red Energy Blast, and Red Burning Stance serve as excellent options to be able to clear some of your opponent's board. Not only are the defensive capabilities of this card limited by this stage of the game, that is, earlier stages your opponent will have less cards in his banish pile, but also you can't be really guaranteed that your opponent is going to be playing cards that counter himself in his deck. If your opponent has a card or a combo that he really cares about, there's a chance that he could just not play the cards that are really going to counter him very hard. Ultimately, you cannot depend on your opponent having the answers needed to counter himself in his own deck. You have to be able to be slightly self-sufficient here. This card can help you, but it can't be your only window to board controller answers to your opponent. There aren't that many cards that allow for board clear right now. So because of that, the limitation of this card being weak in the early stages of this game is going to show through even more. And for these reasons, I'm going to give this card a 3 out of 5 for defense. It really opens up a lot of options for you defensively. Black really doesn't have that many board clears, and this card can fill that hole for black. However, this card's only going to be able to be doing one thing at a time. You're either going to be going offensively with it or going defensively. You only have 3 of these in your deck, and once they're used up, that's it. This card can't serve as your all-in-one. It can't do everything for you. The third and final thing that I'm going to be judging events on is, of course, classically, combo potential. That is how this card is going to mesh with other cards in the game. This is another card that I didn't really see the power of in the first few stages of this game. much like Namekian Knee Block, when I didn't really look at the larger scope here of Black Style as a whole. This is a needed card, and for multiple reasons for the way that it combos. You look at this card, you read it, and you say to yourself, okay, I'll play another attack. But Black already has a bunch of attacks in it. Why do I care about playing one of my opponent's attacks? Well, the important thing here is that you're not just playing any attack. You're playing the best attack. So while Black has great attacks already and has its own, kit where you can pick from all the strong attacks, this card is giving you an unlimited kit, your opponent's kit. You're going to be able to search through his banish zone and choose the best attack, the one that's giving you card advantage, the one that's going to combo with cards in your deck that you didn't even think of, that the designers didn't even think of. Set 1 alone has an unbelievable amount of combos that you can pull off with this card. Let's just go through and talk about some of them now. Fighting a blue deck? Well, certainly using Blue Terror against them can not only net you a nice strong damage attack, but also get you any card in your deck. That sounds good to me. Absolutely, I would love to put in my Black Searching Technique or Visiting the Past from my opponent's Blue Lunge. You know, I'm tired of these Namekian decks thinking they're all cool with their card advantage, hit, draw a card, hit, draw a card. Well, how about we turn that against them? I'd like to draw some cards from my discard pile. Orange really only has one card that's giving it strong card advantage right now, but you only really need one card when it's as strong as this one. Any energy combat? Thank you, please come again. Oh boy, let me tell you how many red decks I made cry with both of these combos. Double attacks, super anger in a black style deck, as well as getting any other black style card from my discard pile. Yes, yes, yes. The double attacks are strong with this one. Any opportunity that you can get to double, triple, and quadruple dip into the damage modifier of your mastery is going to be a good situation for you. Keep adding up those damage modifiers and overwhelm the opponent. As you can see, this is not just about an attack. This is about the best attack. The attack that you're going to play to kill your opponent. That's why, for combo potential, this card is going to get a 5 out of 5. I don't think there's a card in the game that's going to combo better than this card right now, just because the combos are limitless. It's anything that's removed, any attack. This card is scary, to be honest with you. Right now, everything is monocolor. Everything is just one color, and that's the way the game is designed. This card opens up a wide array of possibilities. I don't even know why I ever thought this was a bad card. Crazy. I'm crazy. You're crazy. Play this damn card. Adding up the scores gives this card a total of 12 out of 15. Just under Blinding Energy Move in terms of its ability to swing games. But make no mistake, this card is not only a staple in Black right now, but it will be as time goes on with this game. So I hope you liked Week 8 of my Card of the Week segment. Next week is Blue Style. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have an idea of what blue card I should review. If you like this video, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. And as always, turn your dial to Random Number Gaming for weekly updates for the Dragon Ball Z card game.